So what all we seen to so far? Git.
Yeah, Git, ARM deployment.
And Ansible, right? Today we are going to see the containerization in how the containerization technology work. That is Docker.
Okay.
Okay. So open MS Paint. Let's first understand what this technology is all about.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, Gopi,
Yeah.
I give you a DVD
Okay.
of Windows 10
Okay.
and I ask you, hey Gopi,
Hmm.
this is Windows 10 DVD which contains the image of Windows 10. Can
Okay.
you open MS Paint from this DVD?
No.
You can't, right?
No.
So how you will open that? You
You have to
have
mount
to,
it. You have to mount to drive, right?
yes, you have to either install or run the image into some infrastructure. That infrastructure should provide RAM, CPU, disk, power, correct?
Yeah.
Then only, then only you are able to run your OS within this infrastructure. So in a very general term, what this DVD we have? We have image.
Yeah.
And in where we are running, maybe a laptop or desktop or server,
Hmm.
we call it as a, so what is the container?
So the container contains RAM, CPU, disk, power.
It is a running instance of an, correct?
Hmm.
Right?
Okay.
How many container you can create from a single DVD? Means how many laptop you can install the same OS using the DVD?
In a laptop, we can install one time.
One time, and then you throw the DVD
On the DVD anytime, multiple times.
multiple times, right?
Yeah.
So it means that with the single image, you can create n number of container, right?
Yeah.
N number of container. What you do after you create a container means after installation, what you do? Generally, you install some application like MS Word, है ना? WinZip. You also customize it something, right? Customize means you might change the date and time.
Yeah.
You also disable firewall,
Yeah.
correct? You install antivirus and so on. So
Yes.
now your this image, which is only contains the OS, and in this container, whatever you have not only the OS plus your app plus it also contains your setting, correct?
Yeah.
Now let's say for an example, I take this hard disk where you have installed everything and I put it into new laptop. When I power in, what will happen?
It will be like ready-made.
It is like same, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So
Yeah.
that is the reason why even if the laptop get damaged and if your hard disk is safe,
Yeah.
you can put the hard disk and boot up in another laptop and it work like same.
Yeah.
and it have all the same app and customized application, whatever you have.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Now let's say for an example, you have you have this laptop and
Okay.
you have installed so many applications. For example, I say that, hey Gopi, I want same application, same customization, what you did in your laptop, I want to do the same. But unfortunately, I'm not very technical, so I'm not able to understand how you do that, how you install in MS Office, how you install antivirus. Because whenever I try, it fail in my laptop. So what you do then? You go and buy a new hard disk, and then from hard disk 1 to hard disk 2, you copy everything. And there are so many software available in the market. For example, Norton has a Ghost software. Microsoft has a SysPrep software.
Okay.
So what this Ghost and SysPrep does, either your Ghost or a SysPrep, what is that?
Yeah.
This is a system preparation tool, right?
Microsoft operating system deployment.
Right. So it will copy the exact everything what you have into the new hard disk. Then
Okay.
you courier this hard disk to me. Then you courier this hard disk. This courier reached to me in 7 days. Then I put this hard disk in the new laptop, boot it up, and I got all the OS plus app plus your setting as it is.
Yes.
But problem that what will happen if I ask that, hey Gopi, I need the same app and customized for my 1000 user.
Okay.
What will you do? You take a month, right?
Yeah.
Because creating one image will take 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
1000 image, you imagine it may take even 3 months,
Yes.
right? So why this problem? Why no you not upload this image on Google Drive and I can download this image into my hard disk just because the size. Your Windows 10 alone
Mm.
is 9.1 GB software. When you install MS Office, another 3 GB you have added it. When you install Semantic Antivirus, another 1 GB you have added it.
Yeah.
So actually your size is get increased and it go up to maybe 20 GB.
Yeah.
When you try to upload this 20 GB data using your internet, it
Yeah.
might take a week
Yeah.
and it might take another week for me to download,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Why this such a high size? 9.1 GB. Just because when you click your Windows, click your start button, it is what 3D viewer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is something called calculator,
Yeah.
calendar,
Yeah.
camera,
Yeah.
feedback hub, TV. You use that TV?
No.
No, but it is there in your laptop.
Yeah.
Solitaire game. Wow. So what does it means? It means that problem is your actual operating system is only this, which is called kernel.
Okay.
And what is the size of this? It can be a 30 MB to maximum 70 MB. But all because of these apps which you seeing right now is when they start adding up, it can go the size up to 9.1 GB.
Okay.
So what will happen if I remove all this app? Then your same Windows 10 is only a 30 MB software which you
Okay.
can just upload on a Google Drive and anyone can download.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there is no way you have. Look at
Yeah.
your SQL server. It's a 5.6 GB software.
Yeah.
You have 100 of feature in SQL server, but how many feature you use? Only maybe 10%,
Yes.
right? So it means that if all this unnecessary app has been removed either from your OS or application, both your OS and application become very lightweight.
Yeah.
But there is no way you can do that. Then
Okay.
there is a company come into existence 7 years back. This company name is Docker.
Okay.
What this company do? It develop a kind of a program
Mhm.
which say that you give me your OS, I run the program, and I can only extract the important part which only able to run your OS, no apps.
Okay.
So basically, they convert the large image into lightweight image.
Okay.
And when your, let's say for example, 5 GB became 30 MB, it's totally lightweight. Then they upload this image on their cloud.
Okay.
In this, from this cloud, anyone can download this image, create a container, and run the image.
Yeah.
But to download this image and create a container, you need to have a small client of Docker in your machine, which we call it as a Docker client. Using a Docker client only, you can download this image. You cannot, just like torrent software.
Yeah.
So torrent can only be downloaded in a torrent,
Yeah.
right? Same way, Docker image can only be downloaded in a Docker client, and you can create a container using this Docker client, right? So this image can be downloaded in anywhere, anywhere. No matter you are downloading in your laptop, you are downloading in AWS,
Okay.
you are downloading in Azure cloud, you're downloading in IBM cloud, you're downloading in a Google cloud, you're downloading on a VMware. What you need only
Okay.
this client software,
Mhm.
right? So what the Docker exactly changed the world now? They say that in a
Mhm.
state of a high volume or high size image, you can work on exclusively low size image. Whenever you need additional app and a feature, you can download it, you can install it, right? So this is the reason why Docker is become so much popular. And what the else? When I am using Docker,
Yeah.
I am basically I am basically
Yeah.
have a flexibility to run my image
Mhm.
on any of the Docker, any of the cloud. For example, let's say I create a virtual machine in Azure cloud. Now remember, Azure cloud use Hyper-V in a background. So when you create a virtual machine, its format is exactly is called VHD, virtual hard disk.
Okay.
When you have when you have AWS, it
Okay.
use Citrix Gen technology.
Okay.
So there, the virtual machine which you create,
Mhm.
their underlying hardware is called VMDK. Now both are totally different technology.
Okay.
So what will happen when you try to migrate the machine from Azure to AWS or AWS to Azure. This is not possible because both are totally different format. So you need a third party tool, and using this third party tool, you basically perform, right? So what the migration tool does, it convert one format and translate into another format. Correct? So it means that if you are, and migration is a very complex task. Sometimes when migration fail, your this server also gone and this is anyhow is not ready.
Yeah.
Right? This is the problem, and this is because of this problem, many customer is feel suffocated with their cloud provider. For example, a company running hundred of services or thousand of services on, let's say, Azure cloud.
Okay.
Tomorrow, if they want to move to AWS because AWS is giving good discount and AWS service is very good, he can't do that because migrating 1,000 workload, it's not an easy task. It take a month,
Yeah.
and there is always a risk that if migration fail, then their production will go for a toss.
Yeah.
So what will happen if I am using Docker? Then where my all app is, my all app are in image inside a Docker. From here, I can run this image here, no, here, no, here, no, here, anywhere.
Mhm.
Anywhere. You can run your image anywhere, anytime. So what it give you a power as a customer? You are not dependent on any cloud provider,
Yeah.
right? Correct? You
Yeah.
can move anywhere.
Correct.
And that is the reason why your Docker is called as a cloud native technology.
Okay.
Means I am not depending on cloud provider. Now, because of this Docker, all the salesperson are crying. Why? Because 5, 6 years back, when I exactly sit with Microsoft people or Amazon people,
Mhm.
when I say Microsoft, hey Microsoft, there is a customer which is called Biocom, which is your customer. They are not happy with your service. They say that you are charging him too much,
Mhm.
and your service is also down very much. So
Mhm.
they try to move to AWS.
Okay.
You know what is the response of salesperson? Huh, dream them. When we are going to charge more high, and they have to pay. Why? Because they can't migrate just like that, right?
Yeah.
Right? And their salesperson not taking the advantage.
Mhm.
So they keep increasing the price of every services every year in the Azure or AWS, and customer keep creeping.
Okay.
Customer can't move just like that, right?
Yeah.
But today they are very much afraid.
Mhm.
They know that if this customer not satisfied, they can switch within 3 minutes to any
Mhm.
other platform.
Okay.
No migration required.
Mhm.
Correct?
Yeah.
This is what the Docker give a power to the customer. So
Okay.
let's see a Docker. First,
Mhm.
we are going to see how the Docker cloud look like. Go back to Google and type Docker Hub.
Docker.
Hub, just like a GitHub, yeah, but Docker Hub. Sign up, type your name in a Docker ID and some unique number so that if someone already using Gopi, then it will be fine. Good. Type your email address. Click sign up. Let's select the free plan. Check your email. Say verify email address. All right, you are in a Docker. So very first thing what the Docker is going to say, you want to store your image. Yes. Then you have to create a repository. So in a GitHub, repository is used to store the code. In Docker Hub, repository is used to store images. Okay. Just click create repository. Same way, we create a repository here. Just type a name. Just type DevOps. Description, maybe you can, oh, no capital letter, all small. Then he said that use, just type a description. For example, my company database image. Now it said that what is your visibility, public or private, just like a GitHub, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I leave it public and just click create repository. Hit click create. All right. So your repository is ready. If you have to push your image here, look at that this side, it is giving you a Docker command. Docker push, then your repository name and your tag name. Right? Now let's see how many images currently the Docker Hub has. Click explore button. You have on top explore menu, right hand side. How many images? 53 lakh 96,246 images. And look at the image. You have every image for Ubuntu, Redis, SQL, Oracle, Postgres, whatever you think your image has. MySQL, right? Correct? And
Yeah.
these all are very lightweight images. Now, if you have to use this image, you need a Docker client. And that Docker client is called Docker Desktop, which you need to install in your laptop. But I do not recommend because it requires 8 GB RAM and a very faster processor. In a state, Docker have something which is called online lab for you to experience how you work on a Docker. So just go to Google and type Docker Playground.
Playground.
Go to Google and type Docker Playground. Yeah. Log in with your Docker ID. Start. You are into the Docker session. Let's create one Docker instance where we already have a Docker installed. Click add new instance. Get black and white screen. Just click inside and say Alt Enter. You are in a full screen. Press Ctrl plus plus to increase the size. All right. Clear screen. This is how Docker look like. Okay. Every command in a Docker start with the word Docker. So first check which version of Docker installed here. Say Docker space hyphen hyphen version. Hit enter. Say that you have a latest version 20.10. Now let's check how many images you have in your local server. Just say Docker space images. Images. Yeah. Hit enter. So currently it is saying that you do not have any image, right? Now go back to your Docker Hub. Just go to explore. Let's say I want to work on Ubuntu image, right? You know Ubuntu? It's a Linux, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, click that one. Then it said that if you want to work on Ubuntu, you have to run this command, which is called docker pull Ubuntu. So your copy paste not work in a lab environment. You have to type it manually.
Okay.
So just go and type docker space pull space Ubuntu. Hit enter. It is going to take 1 hour. No, 5 seconds. Why?
So
Ubuntu
it
is a
has
5.
only the.
Yes, because it's a lightweight image, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it is going to take 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Just say Docker images again. Let's check.
Yeah.
Yes. What is the size?
72 MB.
Only. Understood now? Right? But this is just an image. It is just like a DVD.
Correct.
It is just like an ISO.
Correct.
You have to create a container to
Mhm.
use this Ubuntu. How we are going to create a container? Just say clear the screen.
Okay.
To create a container, you have to run the image. So use docker space run space hyphen it means interactive space. Remember, every server, whether it is your laptop or desktop or server, they have a name, right? Which we call it computer name.
Yes.
Same like that, every container must have a name. Just say hyphen hyphen name. And give it any name like web server, pizza, burger, whatever. Space.
Okay.
Then which image do you want to run? Ubuntu. Hit enter. You are in Ubuntu now. Let's try some Ubuntu Linux command. You know Linux command?
No, I know only one command.
ls. Just type ls. Yes. Just type mkdir. Create an mkdir a space. Any folder name. Yeah. Enter. Say ls again. Able to see your directory? Second line, second number.
Yeah.
Now let's say I want to update this operating system with the patches, latest patches, because it was created 1 month back, right? That is what is showing Docker images. Just type apt-get, no, no space, apt-get, get, a space, update, a space, -y, wherever it is taking yes or no, take yes by default. Hit enter. Correct? So now your OS get all the latest security update.
So from where it is downloading?
Internet from your Ubuntu repository.
Okay.
Now we are let's install some software. So let's install a very small software called Figlet. So just say apt-get install and the name of the software, for example, MySQL, SQL, Apache. I want to install Figlet. So just say Figlet, Figlet. Yeah, hit enter. Right. Just to check whether your Figlet has been installed correctly or not, just say Figlet space any word, any name or word. Just type Gopi, hit enter. So it is going to change your name into big font. So this is how you customize your OS, right? You pull the base OS, then you install your app, you make setting, you do this. Now you want that this image can be now used by all my team member. So first you have to exit it. Exit. Enter. Just type a command to check what is your container ID. Say docker space ps space -a. -a means all. Yeah. Hit enter. So you say that your container ID is 404C4A. It was created 3 minutes ago and it was down 15 seconds ago.
Yeah.
All right. Just clear the screen.
Yeah.
How many image you have? Only one. What is the name? Ubuntu. Just take docker space images.
Docker
images, right? And you have one container which is currently in a shutdown mode. Just say docker ps -a.
Docker ps.
Yeah, -a. Yeah. Enter. Right. Now I want whatever I have customized inside this container, I should make it permanent as an image. Right. So just run a command docker space commit, just like a git commit, docker commit a space, then your container ID 4c, you have to type manually 4c 4a f8 400 a space. Then go back to your docker hub, check what is your container, what is your repository ID, click repository menu. You have not created repository.
Oh, ready.
So no.
We are not created, I think.
Oh, just create that, I think. Yeah. No, I think that you have opened two GitHub. Can you close all this tab unnecessary which you open? And I am able to see it is on middle. Your docker hub is in the middle. More this side, more left hand side. Yes, this one. Yes, go to repository. So what is your repository name? Gopinath M28 DevOps. Okay, just click that one. How it is saying that you should put your data in a repository?
Yeah.
Just click there. Just go there and type Docker. Just say Gopinath 28. Close this one also. Gopinath. I think M, right? 28. 28 or 9? 28. Slash DevOps. Colon.
Sorry?
Colon.
Colon. Okay.
And just type, let's say, Figlet. Yeah. Hit enter. Type Docker space images again. Now you get two images, right?
Yeah.
One is Ubuntu, which only contains OS. Second is Gopinath 28 DevOps, which contains not only Ubuntu OS along with Figlet application and your setting like your directory. Correct?
Yeah.
Now you want that this image should be available on my Docker cloud so that anyone can pull it.
Okay.
Just say Docker space login. Enter. Type your username, which is Gopinath M28, and then your password. It is a Linux screen, so you won't see your password. Just press and hit enter. All right. Now we have to push this image. So how we can push this image? Same Docker push your image name. What is your image name? Gopinath M28 slash DevOps colon tag name, which is Figlet. Let. Hit enter. So now it is pushing your image to Docker Hub.
So my worry is how to remember all these codes, commands.
Yes, go back to your Docker Hub. Refresh. Refresh your image. You able to see Figlet now? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to pull this image, how they will pull? Go back up and say tag. You have a tags.
Same place?
Tags menu. In a tag, you will see your image and you also get a pull command. What is the pull command? Look at this side, Docker pull. Correct?
Yeah.
You just have to give this command to anyone in the globe. Anyone in the globe. They just need a Docker client. They have to run this command and your image will be there. Right? So just ping me. Let me pull this image in my Docker Hub. So I am going to have my Docker Hub login. And I am going to my own playground. I'm going to log in here. I'm going to create an instance. I'm going to say alt enter. I'm going to say clear. I'm saying Docker space images. So currently I do not have any image, right? So how I'm going to pull Docker pull? What is that? Gopi Nath. Able to see Gopi?
No, I'm not able to see.
Oh, you stop your sharing. Able to see now?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
You see now I have Docker images run. So when I run the Docker images, actually it's a blank, right? I am nothing. I'm going to pulling your image. So Docker pull Gopi Nath, spelling is correct.
Yeah, correct. M28.
M.28
M28, yeah.
slash DevOps
Yeah.
slash Finglet, right?
Yeah.
Finglet. Yes, I'm able to pulling your image now.
Yeah.
And when I run Docker images again, it is going to say that I have in this image, right?
Yeah.
So how I run this image? Same command, Docker run -it hyphen name. I am giving the name pizza. And I am running your image, which is Gopi Nath M28 slash DevOps colon
GOPA.
Finglet. Yeah, GOPI. Okay. GOPI, right?
Yeah.
I am inside your image, and look at that. I'm able to see your Docker Gopi.
Yeah.
Right? I can also run the Figlet command. You understood now? So
Yeah.
this is how the Docker is going to changing the world now. Right?
Yeah.
So currently you deploy your SQL server in your virtual machine, right?
Yeah.
What will happen if you deploy in an image? Then you can pull this image any point of time, anywhere.
Yeah.
And run your SQL in 3 minutes.
Yes.
Got that? How the Docker is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow we are going to see some
So
more examples related to Docker.
okay, if you want to add more features, then how it is?
Just add, simply install, you do the installation.
Okay.
apt-install, whatever you want to install, you just name the package and it's go install.
Okay. Okay. Since it is a lightweight package, it contains only main OS, right?
Was only main OS, right?
If
Nothing else.
other features, if we require, then
You can install it. Yes.
okay. In the same way.
Same way.
Okay. After installing, for example, you installed even you pulled a Finglet, right?
Yeah.
So maybe Finglet is having some other feature also. So you want to add that feature. So again, you want to install it, or you can add that feature.
Same way, how you install in a forget the, once you entered into this Linux prompt, it's a Linux, it's no more Docker.
Okay.
So the way you manage your Linux, the same way you manage here. No difference at all. Difference is only till pulling an image and creating a container. After that, it's a Linux.
Okay. Again, just click on update, it will update.
Same, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Right? So, see you tomorrow then.
Yeah, Vin. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.